الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا. O you who believe, safeguard yourself and your family from the fire of Jahannam. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, family life, family ties, alhamdulillah, shows great importance. Allah has kept khair and barakah and afiyah. And if you need a long life and you need prosperity in your life, keep up family ties. So alhamdulillah, over the weeks we have heard about Qurbani. I just want to highlight 3 or 4 important things. First and foremost, for those brothers and sisters who have the means of Qurbani and due to sheer laziness or lame excuses, they do not want to carry out this act of ibadat. The warning from Rasulullah is very clear that they shouldn't even bother to come to the Eidgah. This is for the men folk. So respected brothers and sisters in Islam, it is such a beautiful ibadat. It shows that your life, your property, and everything that you own belongs to Allah. And whenever you are called upon, subhanallah, what is the philosophy of Qurbani? Let's understand this quickly. It's an Islamic practice of sacrificing an animal during Eid al-Adha. As a result of the significance of Qurbani, you are giving up something in the name of Allah. So whether it's your wealth, whether it's your life, whether it's your family. And the greatest lessons that we learn is sacrifice your ego, your nafsaniyat, this pride, this arrogance and boastfulness. لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ. So if you understand that everything that we own belongs to Allah, and at the appointed time when there's a call to sacrifice everything, as a mu'min, as a banda of Allah, you must be ready to submit and sacrifice. Number 2, always give the best in the path of Allah. If you're purchasing an animal, make sure that that animal is of correct age, inshallah. Spend the best amount of money, because on the day of Qiyamah, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, these animals of Qurbani will be vehicles through which you are going to cross over with the Pulsirat into Jannah. Well, that's one. Number 2, good question that is asked in public. Moulana, is it permissible for women to make zabah? Alhamdulillah. If they know the masla masail, that all 4 veins must be severed, alhamdulillah, a strong, sharp knife, bismillah, Allahu Akbar, then there's nothing wrong for a female if she knows the masla masail, she knows the dua, and she has the courage and strength that in 3 strokes, insha'Allah al-Aziz, she can sacrifice the animal, alhamdulillah, and read the masnoon dua, inni wajjahtu wajhiya lilladhi fatara as-samawati wal arda hanifa wa ma ana min al-mushrikeen. 1. Number 2, we find this very common, that when we finish sacrificing the animal, we tend to pour cold water on the neck and the wound of the animal. It is makruh tahrimi because you're causing pain. That's 1. Don't do that. Number 2, some of those who slaughter have this bad habit that they stab the spinal cord that causes instant death to the animal after zabah. Respected brothers, the beauty of the Qurbani meat is for the impure blood to flow out of the carcass. Let it bleed naturally, and shake the right leg at the back, inshallah, to make sure that every drop of blood has come out of the body. And that is the most tastiest meat that you can ever have. Many times you see that the meat is purplish in color, it's bluish in color, for the simple reason that there was not enough time to give to that animal to bleed naturally and all the impure blood to come out of the body. Number 3, a question was asked, which part of the Qurbani did Rasulullah enjoy to eat? It was the forelegs of the animal that Hudur sallallahu alayhi salatu wasalam loved to eat. So alhamdulillah, respected brothers, the 5th question that is asked, can Qurbani meat be given to Muslims and non-Muslims, preferably to Muslims? You can also give it to non-Muslims. And inshallah, what is the sunnah on the day of Eid al-Adha for Eid al-Fitr? The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, partake of khajur before you go to the Eidgah. That's the sunnah on Eid al-Fitr. On Eid al-Adha, the sunnah is, how should you, inshallah, express your gratitude to Allah is by eating a portion of the qurbani that you made. That is why our parents, grandparents always took the liver, inshallah, prepared it, and that was the first thing that they would eat on the day of Eid al-Adha. Respected brothers, inshallah, let's follow the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi salatu wasalam. And do not forget to read the takbir, Ayyam Tashriq, which will start on the 9th of Zil Hajj, inshallah, from Fajr Salah. The women folk, inshallah, shall repeat it softly, and the men folk will read it once loudly. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahi alhamd. So, respected brothers, let's do our duty. Do not slaughter an animal in the presence of another animal. Also, it's important, the adab of zabah is do not skin the animal immediately. After you make zabah of the animal, let the animal cool down, and thereafter, alhamdulillah, you can skin the animal. Do not starve the animal before you make qurbani. And it's also preferable that we should buy the qurbani animal in advance, feed it, become close to it, become connected to it, so that insha'Allah, the day when you make qurbani, your tears must be streaming down your cheeks. That I became so close to this animal, I find it very difficult to make zabah of it. But it is my Allah's hukum, my Allah's instruction, and I will carry it out. So let's not just do it routinely. Take some pride, because the maqsad of qurbani is to become close to Allah. As Allah Ta'ala is clearly saying to us, لَن يَنَالَ اللَّهَ لُحُومُهَا وَلَا دِمَاؤُهَا. It is not the flesh, it is not the blood that reaches Allah, وَلَكِنْ يَنَالُهُ التَّقْوَى مِنْكُمْ. It is your sincerity, your khawf, your taqwa, your Allah consciousness, which is very important, as Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Inna Allah la yanzuru ila suwarikum. Allah is not looking at your appearance. Wala ila amwalikum. Allah is not looking at your wealth. Allah is looking at your heart and your intention. So, respected brothers, the other important thing, those of us have fasted right from the 1st of Zil Hajj to the 9th. Allah Ta'ala accept our roza. It is haram to fast on Eid day and 3 days after Eid. So there are 5 days in which we are not permitted to fast, is the 2 Eids, Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, and 3 days after Eid al-Adha. And Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi salatu wasalam said, spend the night of Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr in ibadat. May Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq wa akhiru dawana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. That was Moulana Saleem Kareem sharing with us. Very beautiful reminder and significance of Qurbani for us to remember. And it just shows that, you know what, we need to obviously become close to the animal. And the whole thing is to become close to Allah Azza wa Jal. May Allah Azza wa Jal accept from us. It is time for me to wrap up. It is a beautiful Thursday. In my intro, I did say we're going to have Sheikh Ummi Rahman Sufi. However,